were horrible to Stacey. You got everyone
Yes.
else a personalized gift but her. You left
Yes.
her out. You ignored her. You were horrible. You
She
have
was.
no class. You may have had a nice big bed for them and everybody had their own bathroom, but you treated her terribly.
Right.
So that speaks more about the person that you are than the accommodations you provided for them.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are doing Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode number 14. This one's called High and Dry. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a good title, you know?
I don't know where the dry comes in, but the high was spot on.
The dry, there was no water in the house.
No water. Oh, actually, it's a very good title.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Exactly. So we pick up where we left off with Angel telling them that, what's not going to happen is people are not going to come to my house and my property and be telling toxic lies. So I want to know who has more information, because Giselle had just said there's more information about this eviction that she's calling it. So Giselle doesn't say anything. Wendy chimes in and says, what I heard is from a friend of mine who is a real estate agent, that you called her and said that you were moving to the area and you were looking for a rental that looked like it was a $14,000 a month property, but you were only willing to pay $1,000 a month. And everyone was like, no, that, and Angel's like, no, like that doesn't
But if
happen.
you remember the last time Wendy told that story, she said she wanted it for $2,000 a month. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, Wendy changed her story already. Red flag to me right there.
Yes.
And who would ever, I'm sorry, and maybe there are states where you can get something for $1,000 a month. Certainly not for a family of 4, I don't think, though. I know in Jersey you can't.
In the DMV? No, you can't, because that's where they were. Right. No, not happening.
Right.
Not happening. And, Angel said, listen, well, I know who you're talking about. She said that.
Which is a little wild. Like, how does she know who she's talking about?
Because I guess she was working with her. Because what she said is, I was working with her and she wasn't able to find me anything.
Oh,
and she said, my dumbass paid $14,000, or my rich ass. She said, my rich ass spent $14,000 a month, which I believe that she did. And it's very easy. It's very easy to get receipts for that.
Absolutely.
She's like, whatever friend told you that is wrong. And Tia is saying, that's an awful realtor, somebody who would do that. And Wendy and Giselle are like, I know her. She's actually a very good realtor.
Now, you know damn well Giselle does not know this woman. Giselle does not know this woman. I would bet my life on it.
No. Wendy in her confessional said, well, there's no reason for me to lie about this. I might as well just bring it up now. Did you watch What Happens Live?
I did.
And did you see that Angel said that she did call the realtor afterwards because she didn't do it on the show? And the realtor said that she never spoke to Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
She never spoke to Wendy.
Yep.
So that's a little telling.
Somebody's lying. Somebody's obviously lying. Now, Wendy is being accused of insurance fraud for $500,000. So
yes,
I'm going to assume in this equation, Wendy might be the storyteller.
She might be. And also, Angel did say that she did just purchase a property in the Maryland area, like she had planned on doing. Yep. And she did get another rental after that one, which we haven't seen because for whatever reason, but she did get another rental.
Right.
So it does seem like Angel's not the storyteller in this situation, but, it is what it is with these ladies, right?
Absolutely. And I don't like it. I think that Wendy is like an Emily now. Wendy and Ashley are the Emily and Gina to Tamra with Giselle. They're doing her dirty work. Giselle is, we'll get there. She is so miserable, Giselle. You watch her face. She can't even hide it. She is just miserable when she is
Yeah,
around happily married people.
it's true, and it's sad. It's sad for
She did it
her.
to Wendy. She did it to Monique. She said Chris Bassett made her uncomfortable in her
Mhm.
dressing room at a reunion. Man, like he wanted none of that.
No.
He was
No, he
trying
didn't.
to approach you to see if you would back off his wife, maybe because he's a good husband.
So, Angel goes on to bring up the fact that she does have a business scheduled to open in 2026, her East Coast branch of Wonderland. So, she's moving there. Like, this was not fake. She's not just there for the show. This is where she was born and raised. This is where she's from. This is not.
So when she says she's opening a business, so the company they have and that is fully functioning in Colorado, they're bringing it to the East Coast.
Yes. Yes,
Got it.
exactly. They're going to have it in both places. They're going to be doing it in
Right.
2 places.
Right.
Yes.
Right. It's just another right. Okay.
Yes. So she says, "Okay, let's just have a mindful moment here." And they go outside and Tia's like, "Oh, this wasn't our mindful moment." She's like, "No." So they go outside and all the ladies are out there on yoga mats and Bianca is hands them all some lavender to smell and she's doing kind of like what she did back at like what Angel did back at her house doing some breathing and things like that. I
Yes.
do think it is a little odd that Angel's not participating.
But she was participating. She was just sitting on that thing. I don't think there was
Yeah.
any room for her to be on the deck because they were on like a little deck
Yeah, they were on a little deck. Yeah, and she
because
was
she had
doing it.
her, yeah, she had her eyes closed. Stacy wasn't participating, but
Yeah.
Angel was just not sitting on the ground. Maybe should have put Stacy up on the stoop and she should have sat on the ground.
Yeah, that probably would have been better, right?
Yeah.
And then it's interesting that, Kiarna starts crying, just, like, out of nowhere, and then we find out that she was crying earlier. I don't know. I don't think altitude causes you to cry.
Well, apparently she took a medicine for the altitude that Giselle gave her. That probably made her a little loopy, because any medicine like that's going to affect your equilibrium. And then she had a drink or two. And remember, Angel said like one shot equals three or whatever she said. So I think she was just super emotional because of the mixture of all those things. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was funny. She's like, "I don't know why I'm crying."
Uh,
Then they go around and they start telling what their intentions are for this trip, and Angel's intention is to get to know the ladies.
Is that
Wendy's in
when Ashley in her limo outfit says that we could all have a better relationship with Angel?
yeah,
Well,
in her
stop calling
confessional.
her catfish.
Right, exactly. Ex
You could all have a better relationship with her if you stop calling her catfish and saying she got evicted when she didn't.
yeah.
I don't know what that limo driver outfit is that Ashley's rocking in that confessional, but it's not good.
It's the hat. It's listen, ladies, don't wear hats in your confessionals. It never
Nah,
works.
it doesn't work. You're absolutely right. But she's got the gloves on and everything. It's like, do you have a job? Like, are you driving someone somewhere? Are you late?
She's committed. She's committed to it.
She is. She is.
Wendy's intention is to have fun. Stacy's intention is to be present and enjoy everyone. And Ashley's intention is to pull back more layers and to laugh and have fun and realize that it's not that deep. And Giselle's intention is to have a room with the bathroom. Okay, Giselle. Guess what?
I know.
That's not happening.
She's just so irrelevant this season. She's just so
Yeah.
irrelevant. Like she
So
has to say things like that to make herself relevant.
it's interesting because we didn't get to hear what Jassie's intentions were or Monique's intentions
No,
or
or
Tia's
Kiarna's.
intentions or Kiarna's
Right.
intentions. So I imagine they did them, but we didn't see them.
Right. Right.
They're going back to Angel's place later on that evening for, she's calling it like the welcoming festivities. But in the meantime, Giselle and Monique and Ashley are still talking about Giselle's sleeping arrangements and how she doesn't want to be in the single bed. And they're trying to figure it out. Like, should we go to a hotel or not go to a hotel?
And she keeps talking about this Nevis trip. You were horrible to Stacey. You got
Yes.
everyone else a personalized gift but her. You left
Yes.
her out. You ignored her. You were horrible. You
She
have
was.
no class. You have
Yeah.
zero class. You may have had a nice big bed for them and everybody had their own bathroom, but you treated her terribly. So that speaks more about the person that you are than the accommodations you provided for them.
No, I totally agree. I agree. And what I didn't understand was so on Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked Angel about the accommodations, and she said it was originally supposed to be a couple's trip, but not enough of the ladies had a couple. Okay, so that would have been more people that they needed to accommodate. And she was saying because it was so last minute, like there was nothing that big available, but I didn't understand that. That didn't make sense to me.
Again, she doesn't really explain herself very well, but I think what she was saying basically was like the kids weren't going to be there. There weren't going to be any kids, which would have opened up more rooms for people to stay in her house. But she also said she never had intended on having those ladies in the house. But maybe she
Right.
did when it was going to be
If it was a
couples.
couple's trip, right, right.
Right.
All right, well, that would at least make sense.
Yeah. If that's what she meant.
Yeah, exactly. So then Angel's driving back to her house and she's saying to the ladies in the car with her, Tia and Kay, that, they're hating on this house, but it's a $1.6 million house that they're staying in. Like, this is not gratitude that they're showing. And Tia is telling Angel that although she just met her, she feels really special that she chose her to stay at her house with her, which I think is nice. And I don't know. Tia is a realtor and Angel is looking for a house. So,
Yeah.
it's a good, right?
It's a good connection. I do think it makes more sense on a girls' trip if they're all in the same location, obviously.
I do too.
And like Wendy said, like her favorite part, or I don't know if Wendy or Monique said it, like their favorite part is going back to the house afterwards and having drinks. And that would be my favorite part too.
Right.
I just, I don't blame her. And I would not want Giselle at my house either. I would never let Giselle stay in my house because she's just going to shit talk it as soon as she leaves. But I guess there just wasn't enough room at the other house that she rented. Like, why didn't she stay at the other house that she rented? I guess there wasn't enough rooms.
Well, and even, I don't even think that's it because even when they tried to invite her back the next night for a girl's sleepover, she says she doesn't really want to go. She'd rather be with her kids and she is breastfeeding and she spends all day with the ladies. I don't blame her. These
Blame her
women are
either.
not nice to her. These women aren't nice
And
to her.
they're not nice to her. And we hear like how long these days are of filming.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I get tired, like
Yeah.
whatever we do, we go into the city, we go to AC, like I'm like exhausted by the time we get home. So I don't blame her for wanting to come home to her own space. I hope she at least gave Tia and Kay the option of staying there. Cause I don't know, I might want to, if I didn't live there and I was on vacation, if my house wasn't, right around the corner, I would want
Yeah.
to stay in the house with the girls.
Yeah. No, listen, I get it. I do get that. But they get to Angel's house and they have to open the gates, and you can see the house is absolutely beautiful just from the
Beautiful.
outside. I love that her husband came out because it was raining to get her inside dry. I was like, that's so sweet, you know?
It was sweet, but don't you think he kind of should have done it for the other ladies too?
I do.
I'm
But I
like, oh,
think
he's not going back for T and K.
no, he wasn't.
He was not.
Kiarna and Tia get to go see their rooms, and their rooms are beautiful. She has little gift bags on each bed for them with their. I don't think the other house did they have gift bags in there?
I couldn't remember. I was thinking the same thing. I don't remember.
I don't think they did.
I don't remember.
I don't
We might
think
have
they
to play it
did.
back and see.
Yeah, yeah. But listen, it's a beautiful house. She's got 36 acres. It's stunning.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I did think it was interesting though, as they were driving, it said 35 miles north is where they were heading to. So they're really only 35 miles away, but it takes them an hour and a half to get there.
They said an hour when they first got there. Giselle said an hour and a half. I
I
don't
know,
think it's
but
an hour and a half.
then they left at 7:30 and they didn't get to the house until 9.
Really? Oh, it actually said the times?
Yeah, it did. It did. It said the times, and that's why I was like, "Oh, it is." Because yeah, I don't know.
Huh. Yeah,
I
that
don't
is.
know.
I mean, same thing, but like going to the city. Like it's going to take you longer, but I don't think they're like in a city area.
No, but you know what? When they were going back to the house, it was very dark. There wasn't any lights. So maybe
Yeah,
it's
so
just
it's
a lot
probably a
of
treacherous ride and
right, right. It's
yeah,
not
you
like you're
gotta go
jumping
real
on and you're
slow.
going right. It's not like you're going 70 miles an hour
Right.
like you do in Jersey. You're not hopping on the
Exactly.
parkway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Be there in 20 minutes.
Exactly.
And as the ladies are driving up to Angel's house, both cars are kind of looking around, thinking if there's some kind of Airbnb there that they can get. I don't know. When they get there, the ladies are impressed. When the angel greets them, the ladies are impressed. There's a violinist there. She has an oxygen bar downstairs with different flavors of oxygen. I thought
I
that was
love that.
yes, I thought that was cool.
Well, wait, on the ride there, Jassy says something about Angel,
Oh, yeah. No,
whatever, staying at her
Monique.
house yeah, but then Monique said, "But you don't understand. Something bigger is going on." I think Monique should be real careful because she doesn't know the dynamics of Angel's marriage, and,
Right.
she shouldn't be comparing it to hers and Chris's.
No,
Because
she
from what
shouldn't.
we've seen, Bobby's mom isn't calling Angel a heifer and saying that she's gotta straighten her out. So I think Monique should ease up a little bit, especially
Oh, I do too.
what comes up at the end of the episode.
Yeah, no, I do too. I agree with you. I did also think it was a little weird that after she gives them a tour of the house, she goes outside to introduce the ladies to these men that were sitting there. Jason was some executive director of something. Some other guy was a net worth advisor. I was like, why are these guys here? Like, it was a little weird.
I thought, well, one was a
Well, he
client
was
who
he was a client
participated.
and a net worth advisor. He was both.
Right, but I think it all whoever was there tied into her business somehow. But then she goes, and AJ is Nina's husband. They're like, "Who's Nina? Is that the woman from the beginning?"
I have no idea. I was wondering the
I
same
don't think we
thing.
know who Nina is.
Right. I was wondering the same thing. I was like, oh,
But bottom line was not one of those men were interested in meeting those ladies at
nope,
all.
nope.
And I
And the
thought
women
that
were
was
not,
hysterical.
yeah, they weren't interested in meeting them either. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
So then it's dinner time. The ladies are all sitting outside for dinner. And Angel's like, if it's a little cold out here, I have I can, send someone up to my closet and get you guys some jackets. And I don't know who said, go up there and get all those minks. Do you know who said that?
I thought it was Jassy, but I could be wrong. I thought it
It
was
could have been.
Jassy.
It could have been. It could have
Yeah.
been. Then while they're sitting there, Monique says that she likes this version of Angel. She likes her energy. Angel, all the ladies are there. Angel's standing right there. She's like, and Giselle chimes in. She's like, yeah, like earlier your energy was whacked. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously, what is wrong with these women? Why are they?
She's just a miserable person, Giselle. Like, talk about whack energy. She's just miserable. She's getting very difficult to watch.
She is. I agree with you. She
It's
is.
like Meredith. It's like Tamra. It's like Teresa. They're not enjoyable to watch. They look visibly unhappy being on this show.
Yeah.
So go.
So, yeah, exactly. And Angel's very she's like, "Well, I'm sorry you felt that way. Like, what while you're here, like I want you to have a good time and if there's anything you need, just let me know." And Giselle's like, "Well, we were going to call you earlier because we don't have any water." Okay, well then why didn't you call her earlier?
Exactly.
Like, seriously.
She said the water was intermittent, shutting on and off. I really do wonder what the real story with the water is. She said it on Watch What Happens Live, and she said it in the episode that she called the homeowner. Um,
It's the well. I know exactly what it is. That's how these wells work. Like if you don't use them consistently, like you have to you've heard the term like priming the well.
Prime
You
it,
have
prime the well.
right.
Yes,
Right. You have to keep the well working. So if this house was sitting vacant, for a month or whatever, the well
yes,
wasn't up and running. So it takes a while for it to get running. Like it's definitely something that should have been done in advance. And
sure,
she was told that it was done while they were there. She was told that somebody went up there and fixed it. And again, they didn't call her, so she wouldn't know. Like, how is she going to know
right,
that it's not working?
right. The chef knew what to do the next morning. Thank God.
Right. But again, even after the chef was there, then Stacey went upstairs and there was no water again.
Yeah, Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad for Angel because nothing she's doing is landing. Nothing she's doing is landing.
No. I'll tell you what though, I mean, you Watch What Happens Live. Her husband is ride or die. He said all the right
Yes.
things on that show. So I think Monique really does need to back off. I mean, obviously Giselle needs to back off, but she's not going to.
Right.
This guy loves his wife and is
Mhm.
incredibly supportive. And, when they suggest the pajama party and she goes to talk to her husband, I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't
Right.
have been like, "Oh, yeah, cool," and then been like, "Oh, by the way, Eric, I'm sleeping out tomorrow." Like, I guess it was a night in advance, quite honestly. Like, if it happened that night, like, yeah, you gotta go talk to him. But either way, if this wasn't the plan when she and her
Right.
husband designed this trip for you, yes,
Right.
she needs to go have a conversation with her husband. And I thought his reaction was so normal, like, "Well, it would suck, but alright." I
Right.
think
And
that's
like, what do
such
you
a
want to do?
normal husband
Right.
reaction. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love his children. It doesn't mean that he's not capable of taking care of his children. It just means that she puts the kids to bed and he probably goes and, takes a puff out by the fire at that point. You know what I mean? Like he's
Right. Right.
probably
That's
got
the
his
routine.
ritual. Yes. Yes.
Right. Right. And
Yes.
he said, like, what do you want to do? Like, you want to do it? And she's like, well, I don't want to do it either.
Right.
So
Yeah,
he's like,
like
okay.
maybe after a long day of filming, she wants to go home and spend time with her husband and kids.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly normal.
Yeah. Then they get into the whole thing between Stacey and Tia. I don't know. I mean,
Do you think Stacey called Chris and told him about the conversation?
I don't.
I don't either. I think
I don't.
Kay told Cookie, was that her name? And I
Yep.
think Cookie told Chris.
I do too.
I
I
don't
do
think
too.
Stacey called them.
I don't either. Stacey's with Timo now. She doesn't need to play these games.
Right. I think it's a little, whatever I think that, listen, maybe they did go out on a couple of dates or whatever. Maybe they talked. I don't think this guy wants his name brought up on this show. So that's probably why she's like, nope, nope, denying anything that could have possibly been let out. He doesn't want to be talked about on the show. So Monique shouldn't be talking about him on the show if she doesn't want to have problems with her kid's father and her custody.
Yeah, that's very true.
I really think it was Cookie. I think Kay went home and told Cookie and Cookie
I
told
agree.
Chris.
I think it was Cookie too. And listen, Stacey wouldn't what would Stacey gain by doing that? There'd be
That's
no
what
reason for her to do it. It doesn't make sense.
if she did that, that would be more communication with him that she would have to defend if somebody found out. And why would she put herself in that position again when she's already trying to defend herself from other things? I just don't think she's that stupid, quite honestly.
And the other thing is, if his attorney is contacting her and saying that there's defamation and we want to look at the custody, it's because of what she said.
Absolutely.
And he's
On
going to see
camera,
it. Right. And he's going to see it.
willingly.
Right.
Right.
He's going to
So
see it.
no matter who told him what happened, right,
Right.
he's going to see it you said it on camera.
Right. Right. Exactly. You can't put that on Stacey. You can't. Right. But Giselle trying to find out like what happened between Tia and Stacey because she put them together for the sack race and they were able to work together for the sack race and she wanted to know if, they're okay with each other. And Stacey's like, "Listen, I don't have an issue with Tia." And I thought she said, "I thought I knew who you were. Like I thought that, you know, I thought you were someone who was level-headed and I introduced you to my family and that's something that's important to me. I don't just introduce anybody to my family. And then all of a sudden, you were so quick to jump on the, I hate Stacey train. And I do think that that's what happened because we were shocked that she introduced Timo to Tia because Wendy
Yeah.
hadn't even met Timo yet. And she's the one who caused the trouble between Stacey and Wendy because of what she did. And that's when Tia brought up the whole thing about Chris and Monique. And I'm like, this is not even the same thing. Like, it's not. And
Not
I do
even.
like Tia. I like Tia, but
Yeah.
I think she's going about it all the wrong way.
Yeah. And let's not forget, she is friends with Giselle. That
Yes.
is how she came on the show. So Stacey and Tia are never going to be friends.
Not as long as Giselle's there.
Right. It's amazing that Tia has formed this friendship with Angel. But did you see when they talk about Kemosabe, says that she says we're going to Kemosabe, and Giselle's like, I don't even know what that is with that face on.
I
You
missed
so
that.
know what Kemosabe is. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills have been there. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City have been there. You know damn well what Kemosabe is. And if you don't belong on Bravo, because everybody who watches Bravo knows what Kemosabe is. Yeah, she had this stank face on and was
I
like, I don't
missed
even know
it.
what that is. She's so bothered. She's so bothered. And she has no game face, Giselle.
No,
I
she
don't really
doesn't.
either, but I don't have a camera on me all the time. Like, you play it off better, Jizzy. Get it together.
Yeah, and I think it sounds like a wonderful day. They're going to go on a private plane to Aspen. They're going to go to Kemosabe. Then they're going to be back by 7. The private chef is going to be there and cook them a wonderful meal. Like, this sounds like a great day.
Listen, by that time, but you're having dinner at 7. Angel's probably not leaving there until 10 o'clock anyway. Well, quite honestly, her kids are probably going to be in bed by the time she gets home. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Like,
Right,
it doesn't
right,
matter.
right.
That's a long day.
It's a long day. It is a long day. That's when Kiarna says, they're sitting by the fire and they're, having fun. She's like, maybe tomorrow, like we can do the sleepover, the pajama party. So we'd already talked about Angel going over to Bobby and talking to him. On the way back, it says 51 minutes later. They still have another 15 minutes to go. It's pitch black and there's not a street light in sight. And now when they arrive, it says it's 9 p.m. And Stacey asked, which I thought was a good question, like, do we have security? I would hope they had security.
They said no.
I know they said no. I
But
think that's crazy.
I think that, like, where does production can't, if production goes back to the house and starts filming again, which I'm assuming is going to happen, they're not going to, are they really packing up and going somewhere else? Like, I was hoping that production was staying at the house with them,
I would hope so
right?
too. I would hope so,
Yeah.
but who the heck knows?
I know. I know. I can't see them leaving those women in that house by themselves in such a remote area.
Right, right. So then we find out that when they get back to the house that they don't have any running water,
I
which
got to be honest with you. I would be pissed.
I
I
would
think
too.
Giselle's acting ridiculous, and I am not putting any blame on Angel, but I would be like, what the fuck? Like, I got to take my makeup off. I have, wash up. Like, they were outside at the party. It was beautiful, but, you're
And there was a
outside all day.
fire,
And
right, there's a fire,
yeah, like,
yeah,
you just
a
want to take a
smoke,
shower. I wouldn't have
right.
been happy.
No, but I would have picked up the phone and called Angel.
Mm hmm.
That's what I would have
Mm
done.
hmm. Mm hmm.
Angel, by the way, there's no water here. Oh,
Yeah.
let me get
Can you
let me
call
get
the
on that.
homeowner? And
Let me
if
get
it's
on
an
that.
Airbnb, like, they have to answer you. When we were in Brigantine, like, we had to reach out, like, they have to answer you.
Yeah. Then we see the next morning, the chef shows up. I guess for some reason Stacy's room had water and the other rooms didn't. But the chef was able to turn the water on for him, but then later there was no water. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Angel's on her way out with the ladies and she finds out from Jassy that there was no water at the house and that she had no idea about it. Kiarna and Tia are surprised because, like, why wouldn't they have contacted her? Which is what we said.
Yeah.
Angel said to them, like, if you need anything, call me. So we're gonna have to wait and see how this trip goes. But we do see that they run into Mo. Of course, they run into Mo, and Ashley says, he's single now.
She says it to Giselle, right? Or
Actually,
she
know who
just
she
said it
said
in
it to.
general? She just
Yeah,
said
I
it in
don't think
general.
it was. I don't think it was to Giselle because I think Giselle was like hugging him at the time when I heard her say it.
Yeah. Well, Ashley likes a daddy, so
Yeah, she does. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I like Mo, but I don't think he's aging all that well. I really don't.
he's not. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but
Me
have you seen
neither.
the way his father aged? His
No.
father didn't age well either, but I do think his father was a heavy smoker. And I don't think, I mean, cigarettes. I don't think most smoke cigarettes, although you never know because We're
Right. We
finding
didn't
out
know
more and
Dorit
more
smoked.
Bravo people do smoke cigarettes, you know? But yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good with Mo.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's a good-looking man, but I just don't think he's aging as gracefully as his wife is, to be honest with you.
Not at all. Yeah, she's much better. So Lori and I talked about it a little bit, I think, during Salt Lake City last week about what came out with Mo and Kyle on New Year's Eve. But I
Mhm.
think they always go to Aspen or wherever
They
for the
do.
holidays. They're always
They
together
do.
for the holidays on
The whole
a
family. Yeah.
ski. Yeah.
They have a house there. I mean, they have a house
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So I think that's all it was. I mean, I would love to see them get back together, but
I would too. I would too, but, who knows? Like we said, she did buy a house in Tennessee, but, you know, who knows what
it
that
could just
means?
be because while she was with Morgan, she saw property she liked. I mean, obviously they like real estate. That's his business.
Right. Right.
And there are some really beautiful areas of Tennessee, and maybe she just bought a big piece of property. She likes to ride horses, so,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it could be any number of things.
Yep.
It
Yep.
could be any number of things. I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, not so much for the next episode, but I am excited for the reunion. They did just recently film the reunion, and
For Potomac?
yes,
They did. They did because who's got first seat? Stacey?
Stacey and
It's not
Stacey.
Giselle.
It's not Giselle. It is not
I think
Giselle.
this might be the first time Jizzy is not first seat next to Andy at a
Wendy,
Potomac
Stacey
reunion.
and Wendy. It's
That's it.
Stacey on one side and Wendy on the other
And
side.
then somebody gets pushed back and they bring out Karen.
Yes, I think Stacey gets pushed back and Karen comes out. Yeah. I'm excited to see the reunion. I really am.
So excited. Well, this
Yeah.
was what, episode 14? Yeah,
14.
14. So how many more can we have?
I mean, maybe 2. If not, maybe, I mean, they didn't say the next one's the finale, so I would say at least 2.
I wonder if they're going to finish up in Colorado. Like finish this, like what they're doing with Salt Lake, like they finished in Greece.
In Greece, yeah, maybe, who knows? We'll have to wait
Yeah,
and see. But I am looking forward to the reunion because I want to see the dynamics. I want to see how it plays out.
me too.
Yeah.
And I really hope that Andy says something to Giselle about how she's been this season because I honestly find her hard to watch. I mean, other than the fact that her father's will hasn't been probated yet or, whatever, that hasn't been resolved.
Mhm.
She's not telling us anything. She's not showing us anything.
She's
Nothing.
not. She's really not.
I think Ashley's trying with the 6 to 60 birthday party and the whole mother's partners,
Yeah.
rehab, but Giselle, zip.
Yeah, I hope that Andy asks the questions. I hope the questions get asked. And I'm very curious to see how he handles Karen.
Mhm. Yeah, people aren't too happy that I think it's very split, you know?
It's interesting to me because she got a standing ovation at BravoCon. So, which I thought was very strange.
Me too.
And now people are split that I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, she broke the law 4 times with this doing
That
the
she got
same
caught.
thing.
4 times that she got caught. God knows how many times she's done it. Because I'm sure it was way more than 4. I don't know. All right, so I don't have anything else on Bravo. So until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.